Hey y'all, what's up? Welcome to my podcast. It's called Chemistry Experiment, but we're not sure yet. I don't know. Maybe
That sounds good.
our special guest can help me figure that out
Chemistry
today.
experiment. That sounds dope. I like it.
Thanks.
You
Well,
just
I'm
came up
really
with that
excited. First
fast.
of all, you're not on camera yet, so be quiet.
Okay.
They can't see you. But I'm really excited today because I have a special guest in the house tonight. Super dope, talented artist, as well as philosopher and a stimulator. I feel like he has a lot going on, but I ain't gonna say it all, y'all. Why don't y'all give it up for Mr. Tay Spears?
How's it going? Philosopher. That's the first time I've gotten philosopher. So I feel good. I feel like I should have came with a shirt and a tie type shit going on. I'm able to
Aw.
cuss, right? You said
Yeah,
okay,
we
cool. I
can.
just wanted to make sure. I
Yeah,
didn't
we
want
just gonna go with the
to.
flow.
Okay,
Say
cool,
what you
cool,
feel.
cool.
So yeah, I'm actually kind of nervous right now. You were a whole mogul out here in the streets. Do you know that?
I don't know that.
Why wouldn't you?
I mean, I feel like I'm just me.
What's
I
that?
but I feel like that. I feel like that about you. I feel like you're a mogul, and so it's like I guess when you are living it, you don't feel it as much,
Mhm.
and so everybody else can see it. But you are out here and doing your thing like consistently, just coming up with new innovative ways to push your brand. And yeah, I should be the nervous one out here.
Aw,
Hey,
I appreciate
no
that.
problem.
So why don't you go ahead and tell the people a little bit about you?
I am Tay Spears. I am a rapper, a father. I do public speaking. I'm just really a down to earth dude who is very transparent about my flaws, transparent about the shit I go through, um, and hopes that like certain people who also go through the same stuff or is probably going through some shit themselves can like have some type of encouragement and feel like, okay, look, he gets it. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
if he can still function and still go through the shit that he go through, the everyday shit that he go through, then I can too. So,
period. Well, that's definitely aligned with what I want to do
hmm
with the podcast. I think one of our pitfalls as a city is we aren't really showing the light on the ways that we can exist,
hmm
especially in education right now.
hmm
We're like still operating off this old world, and I feel like in order for us to progress, we need to see more of ourselves. So I appreciate you being here to share your
Dope.
experiences because I know a lot of people can relate to that.
hmm
And that's part of why I'm excited. You got so much to give. Every time I
hmm
talk to you, we just jump off a cliff into this abyss
Yeah,
of so many
yeah.
things. And I'm hoping that can happen here today. So, we could just,
I'm
I
sure it
don't want to
will.
be a interviewer or anything like that. I just want to talk.
We just gonna have a conversation.
Yeah.
That's what's up. So, what's some things that you want to talk about?
Well, I mostly want to talk about you.
Okay.
Um, and your triumphs and struggles. So let's start there. Like, you are a prominent artist
Uh huh.
and you've been doing this for how long?
For about 12 years.
12
Yeah,
years.
yeah, 12 years. I've been rapping for way longer than that, but as far as like taking it seriously, I started doing shows before I even recorded the track. Probably about 12 years ago, I started doing shows, and I was just showing up to open mics and stuff like that. And people would ask like, "Yo, where can we find your music?" And none of the music that I was doing existed. It
Yeah.
was just me just rapping shit that I just came up with. I would find a beat and I would like make a song to it and I would rap it at a show. But I never recorded any of this shit. And so for about 12 years, then I started 2018, I probably released my first project. Yeah.
Nice. And what was the name of it?
The first project was called If I Can Be Honest.
Ooh,
If I
were
Can
you
Be Honest.
honest?
I was very
Are
honest.
you still honest these
I'm
days?
very honest. I'm very honest to a fault sometimes. That project was talking about I got married early when I was 20 years old. And for me, I thought that marriage would fix a lot of the issues that I had as far as lust issues and shit.
Mhm.
And so I dated around and stuff like that, but then I found this one girl that was like, "Yo." I couldn't even kiss her on the cheek. It was like, yo, she ain't with none of that. And I liked her a lot. So I'm like, yo, this is my wife right here.
Mhm.
And I'm thinking like, yo, this woman right here is gonna like fix all the lust issues and all the sleeping around that I was doing. I'm gonna be able to sleep with my wife and that be it.
Ooh,
And
let
then
me sit back.
and so and so we messed around, we got married, and I realized that like marriage doesn't fix traumas or our flaws. And sometimes like we jump into shit thinking that it's gonna fix it. Even with like stuff like when we be like, yo, if I get this amount of money, it's gonna fix all my problems. It's like,
Mhm.
no, the problem's gonna come with the money. The same problems you had before the money is gonna be there when you get the money. And
Mhm.
so a lot of times we think like certain things will fix those issues when really we're bringing those issues to those things that we're gaining. And so yeah, the project was basically about how I failed in my marriage. I talked about me cheating. I talked about like where the root of this stuff was coming from. Like my first sexual experience was at 11 years old, and it was with grown women, like multiple women. And
R.
so
Kelly reversed. Damn.
R. Kelly reversed. And I hear like it's a lot of men go through that. But the thing is, the difference with us is that it's glorified. Like it's
Yeah.
glorified. Like we're taught that that's a badge of honor for us to sleep with
Older
older women.
women.
Yeah,
Yeah,
as
a
a
lot of
kid.
my guy friends are like that,
Mhm.
and at one point, cause the ones I've known for a long time, it was like they were bragging about it,
Mhm.
but now as they're older and they reflect on it, you can tell there's, like, some level of trauma
Mhm.
behind that.
Yeah.
Would you say that would be, like, true for you?
Yeah, definitely. I think that was the cause of like a lot of the issues that I dealt with in my marriage. A lot of issues that I dealt with as an adult came from the trauma that I faced as a kid. And we don't even see that as trauma because again, we're taught that yo, this is a good thing. Like,
Mhm.
yo, we cheer for this. You're getting cheered on for doing this stuff. And so it's like getting punched in the stomach and
Mhm.
people are saying like, great job. See, that's good. You good. And it's like, okay,
Mhm.
it hurts, but all right. Um,
Yeah.
after a while, you don't even know it hurts anymore because it's like, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. And so you grow up and you start dealing with certain things, not knowing that, man, you was getting beat up your whole childhood
Mhm.
and you've never healed from that. You never even knew to heal because you didn't know you were sick. And so it's like all that stuff starts coming out. And so I dealt with a lot of those things. And it wasn't until I started writing for that project that I realized where a lot of that trauma came from.
That's
Uh-huh.
so
Yeah.
interesting. So, we both know a lot of people that have experienced that. What would you say could be the start on for them on their healing journey?
Um, understand that for one, what they went through is not their fault. Um, I even took blame for a lot of the stuff that I went through, and I know like a lot of even younger girls, like people will point the finger, like, "Well, she out there being fast and all this type of stuff."
Mhm.
Heck, we both went to Washington High School, and we know um, there was a lot of stuff
Watch
going on.
house.
There was a lot of stuff going on at Washington where even as a kid, we would look at the girls like, "Yo, it's they fault. They out here, you know what I'm saying, doing this." And it's like, nah, you a kid. And so understanding it's not your fault and also understanding that those things leave a lasting effect on us. Like they're not just things that just happen and then we just move on.
Mhm.
And so to heal from those type of things, we have to first understand that we were wounded. We're wounded. And so taking the responsibility off of us as kids like and saying like, "Yo, no, I was a victim in that situation.
Mhm.
It wasn't good, and what I'm going through now is a product of those things." And so, just having that understanding allows us to be able to move forward from that.
Yeah, I feel like I've buried so many things so deep.
Mhm,
I don't even know how to get down there to
mhm,
even see what's going on.
mhm,
Like, I know that some things exist. Like,
mhm,
I've went to therapy or talked to a therapist, and all I know is shit was just coming out of nowhere, and
mhm.
I cried.
Yep.
But as soon as I left the office, it was almost like I didn't have that session, and it went back into that
Mhm,
deep dark place. Like, I would get home and I couldn't even recall the conversations that we
mhm,
had.
mhm,
And I just remember being left feeling empty.
Mhm.
And so I stopped going to her because sometimes I feel like some things are better left unsaid,
Mhm.
buried. But
Mhm.
then, as you said, things can manifest in other ways. So
Mhm.
I don't know. It's a little bit of a journey for me.
Yeah, that was church for me. Like church was that I used to go to the altar and be crying and praying that like certain things would be off me, and then I would go home and be like, "Man, ain't shit changed." Like, like I'm still like all of that. Like, and it'll be like youth pastors and pastors praying over me and saying like, "Yo, we're gonna cast this out, and this is this and this and this," and I would feel it in that moment, and then I would go home and be like, "Man, ain't shit changed at all." Um, and so, yeah, I think that like one of the things you said is like some things are left like unsaid and uncovered and just not being uncovered. But I don't think so. I think it's so many things like even for me, like I forgot a lot of shit that I've dealt with. Like it's so much trauma that we go through. Like
Mm,
so much trauma that we go through. Like it's so much stuff to the point where we are still affected by shit that we even forgot about.
facts.
Like how do you heal from something that you forgot about? Like, you know what I'm
Facts.
saying?
It's yeah, and
It's
we're conditioned to kind of just brush it along,
mhm,
or even the things that you have healed from. I don't know. Is there like what does healing mean? Does it mean like okay, I dealt with it, so I don't
mhm,
have to talk about that anymore? Or does it manifest into like your testimony to help others?
mhm.
Where do you see that your how is your healing journey rising to the top for you or manifesting itself for yourself or for others?
Mhm.
I don't know. Does that question make
It
sense?
makes sense. I think
Okay.
that the key thing is thinking about other people. Like in reality, just because like we just talked about, like there's things that we are not even going to remember that we've dealt with.
Mhm.
So my healing journey isn't just for me. It's I speak out because I know there's other people that's going through the same shit. I speak out because I know there's other younger people who are experiencing it right now. And so if I knew what was going on at that age, then I could have kind of mended the wounds a lot earlier. I could have nursed those things a lot earlier, but I didn't. And so I think it's important that we do speak up and we not be quiet because the generation before us was quiet.
Mhm.
And that's why we were left the way we were left because they were quiet. A lot of stuff that I went through, I found out my dad went through. When I was an adult, I found out my dad went through it. Like, damn, I was going through it. You could have
Right.
gave me that little information then. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But I understand because it's like a lot of the stuff that we deal with, especially in the family, we keep it quiet. It's like a code, like, nah, we don't tell on this and we be quiet. We deal
Mhm.
with this within the family. That's family
Mhm.
business. And it's like, nah, if family business got me fucked up, then
For real.
yeah,
I be like, damn, did it really happen? Cause these
mm,
niggas ain't talking about
yeah,
shit. Like
yeah,
they
yeah.
act like that didn't even happen. Like
Mhm.
we in the same room and knowing damn well some crazy shit went down.
It's a cycle. And look at R. Kelly. All the people that can't stand R. Kelly. But it's a cycle. He went through the same shit.
Yeah.
Like before he was a predator, he was a victim.
Thanks.
And because nothing was corrected in that, the cycle continues. And so it's like it's important that we understand like the shit that we went through for one, so it don't repeat in the next generation, and then we can help other people. And two, we don't want to continue on in that stuff. Like either one of us could fall into the same shit that we was getting fucked up about. The same traumas that we was being handed to us, we can hand it to somebody else. And I've done that in different ways. Like I've hurt so many women based off of like trauma and shit that I've been through. I've hurt so many women because sex to me was uh, where my worth was.
Hmm.
Like because when I was 11, I was being groomed to be good at sex. It was grown women teaching me how to have sex.
Mhm.
And so the only time I would hear I love you was during sex.
Mhm.
And so that's where I felt like my worth was.
When you was stroking it.
That's it. Like so that's where I
Like, Daddy, I love you.
but that's where I thought my worth was. And so Um, that's what I felt like I had to give to people was
Mhm.
sex. So I was doing that like in these different relationships, people I knew I wasn't gonna be with, people I knew I didn't want to be with. Um, but it would fill a void because I didn't feel loved outside of sex.
Do you feel like a lot of the failed relationships now have a lot to do with what and where we find love, or
I,
what's going on? Because it's really challenging for me to find a guy that I feel like
Mhm.
is ready to settle down or ready to be monogamous. And
Mm,
even if it's not monogamous, just to be with a woman
yeah,
and be real with that woman and to do the things that, you know,
that's it's tough. Well, it's a twofold answer. Like for one, again, starting from youth, women are taught relationship. Y'all get the dolls to raise the kid, and y'all got Barbie and Ken and shit. What we get is action figures and toy guns and stuff like that. And so from
work bread.
Rice Krispie.
Period. Okay.
So from like a young age, y'all are taught relationship. We're not at all. Matter of fact, if we are doing anything that is relationship like, it's considered feminine as a kid. Uh,
Okay.
and so y'all already got a heads up on us. Like y'all say, like, okay, guys mature later than women. It's just nah, y'all are taught before us these things. It's not that our maturity level is lower than y'all's.
Well, I might have to disagree. Our brains be
It's
a little throwed off a little
but
bit.
y'all only say that when it comes to relationships. In any other area, y'all don't say that. And that's because again, you guys learn that at an earlier age than we do.
Mhm.
While y'all are learning family, we're learning
Cars, hoes, clothes.
exactly. 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 And then the second thing is I believe that we don't have a real understanding of what love is.
Mhm.
We believe that love is a feeling. We're taught that. Um,
Why don't you break down to us what
okay,
love
so
really is?
so
Hold on, wait. Well, let's get a drink because this
okay,
finna get we about to
that's
get into it. Okay, first of all, you got a special drink.
hmm and it's good. You told me it was gonna be
Hey,
good. You told me it was gonna be good. It's
I
fire.
did.
It's fire.
You like
I
it?
like it. I like it.
What it tastes like to you?
It has
Say
like
it
a.
in a sexy voice.
Let me taste it again.
Yeah, yeah.
This drink is like a shooting a commercial and shit. It's damn near to me. It's kind of like a liquid sweet tart.
Mm.
Is that like a good like? Have,
I think so.
that's what it tastes like to me.
I can't. Can I say what sweet tart is remind me of? I
What is
just
it?
was in the studio and he said he put a pill in her hole like a sweet tart. Like
You shouldn't be saying that on here because then the nigga gonna hear
listen, we
it.
got Patreon too, so if
And,
some freaky shit come out, it can y'all can pay for that. Okay?
yo, that's
Cause you is like,
them Milwaukee. That's a Milwaukee rapper, right?
yeah.
I love Milwaukee rappers.
I
I'll
do
just say that.
too.
I'll
Who are
say
your
that.
favorite?
Me.
Period.
I think I am the best Milwaukee rapper.
Yes.
Hands down. Nah, I think I like Vine Alexander. I like Kel Noel. I like Kalen Raps. Genesis Renji.
Kaylin, I like it.
I'm very big on substance, and a lot of you niggas don't got substance. Y'all weak as shit. And so I
Tell him
I
in that
think
tell him in the
a
camera.
lot of you niggas don't have substance. Y'all weak as shit.
Brr, brr, brr,
Um,
brr.
a lot of artists do what they hear other artists do, and so you don't even have a what can I how can I say it? You don't even have an identity as an artist because you are just following what every other artist is doing. A lot of y'all niggas don't even know what you're talking about or do what you rapping in your music, and so when it's all said and done and you're gone, there's no real representation of you left on the earth because all you did was mimic somebody else.
Mm.
Um, and so I have no respect for that. I hope that you niggas get out of that, because I really feel like Milwaukee has a lot to offer, but it's not you niggas, and so that's how I feel.
Well, y'all heard it from Tay Spears. You know what I'm
um,
saying? Well, you definitely got a lane of your own. Like you're lyrical as fuck, you sexy as fuck,
I
and
appreciate
like
it.
I feel like you just got different vibes to you. And I
I
love so
I
much.
feel like transparency is everything, and I feel like everybody is different. And so if you're going to be an artist, you can just be authentic to you and stand out. The reason why I can stand out is because I'm authentic to me.
Mhm.
I'm different as fuck. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's different layers about me. And so I have different content that resembles those different layers. Everybody has the ability to do that. It's just niggas don't choose to do it because they want to do what's popular. They try to get the quick buck and try to get the quick fame, and they see somebody else successful doing it. It's like when somebody see you successful doing something and they don't have a
I want
passion
to do
for it.
that too.
Let me
Yeah.
do it too. But
Truck driving, that's one.
hit,
Dispatching. What else niggas doing? Getting boats.
yeah.
Like everybody in the studio. That's all.
Making
Like it's
clothes.
like damn, making clothes
They
on
see they see and
what? It's like, ooh, we wanna like
oh,
damn
look at
follow the
her, she
leader
doing
ass
that.
niggas.
But the thing is though, they don't understand that you have a passion for that.
Mhm.
And so you were doing it before people seen you doing it. And all they see is the people seeing you doing it now, and they seeing the hand claps that you're getting, and they
Mhm.
want those hand claps. They don't necessarily care about the art form or the actual skill. They care about the recognition that you're getting from it. So what happens is they try to duplicate that and they don't get that recognition and
Hmm.
they fall off. Well, you ain't have a passion for it in the first place. If nobody ever listened to my music, I'm still gonna do music because I have a
Period.
passion for it. And so, yeah, get y'all shit together.
Get y'all shit together.
Yeah. What was we talking
We was
about?
talking about
We
love.
talking about
Love.
mm,
Do a quick rap about love before you get into it.
a quick rap about love.
Yeah.
Damn,
What's a bar?
a bar. You just put me on the spot. Got me drinking sweet tart juice and
Ooh, Papa tart in her ass like that's how
That's how he said it. Who's what? The thing is, who you be in the studio with is the question.
some of
Don't tell me.
everybody,
Don't tell me.
some of everybody. Honestly, I get in the studio a lot. I
Uh,
know some engineers, producers, some artists.
mm,
I am really finding a love for just watching it happen
dope,
from start to end. I don't know
dope.
what it is, but I'm like
This
infatuated
is
by
dope.
it.
It's dope. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to say nothing else about any more rappers. I love y'all. Y'all are dope.
Y'all are dope. So we're talking about love and we
Yeah.
were
You were asking like why as far as relationships
yeah, cuz it's been tough out here. So what's up with this love
and
thing?
so I think that we have a misunderstanding of what love is, and we're taught that love is a feeling. And so like when you'll ask somebody like, "Hey, why do you love me?" "Oh, because you make me feel like this and you do
Mhm.
this for me and you do this
Mhm.
for me." Well, the thing about feelings is feelings change all the time. There can be a time like if we were a couple, there will be times where I just want to be around you all the time. It's gonna be times where I'm like, "Yo, get away from me, G."
Mhm.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Because feelings change. That doesn't mean that I don't love you, but if I equate my love based on my feelings, then we damn near bound to fail. So love is an action. It's an action. I'm a Christian, and so a lot of my
Hallelujah.
a lot of my viewpoints comes from like the Christian worldview. Um, and in the Bible, it says that we're commanded to love our neighbors as ourselves. If love is a feeling, you don't control it. If love is those butterflies that you feel when that person is around, that's not something you have control over. I can't tell you to do something that you don't have any control over. So if I can make it a command, that means it's something that you have complete control over doing.
Mhm.
The thing that we've done in America specifically is we've confused infatuation with love.
Come on now.
And so we'll have an infatuation with the person, which isn't a bad thing. I can be like, yo, this person is so fine. They make me feel this type of way. Bam, bam, bam. And I have this infatuation with this person. But even with that, those feelings you're not going to always feel that way. Like,
Mhm.
I love chicken and macaroni. I don't want it every day. I'm not going to always be like, yo, I want this every day. Doesn't mean I don't like it. It's just that our feelings and our preference always changes. And so what happens is we base our love on what people can do for us and
Mhm.
how people make us feel. So
Facts.
if at any
Oof.
time, if at any time I change what I do or get in a position where I can't do that anymore, you based your love on that, and I can't give that to you anymore. Now you're falling out of love with me
Mhm. You
because you
telling me
base
you're falling out of
yeah.
love with me like Future.
You had to bring in the
You
future
knew it wasn't
references.
too much she could love about you, nigga, but your music and your looks, cause nigga, how you treating a woman.
And
But that's again like loving a person for what they can do,
mhm.
not necessarily who they are.
Anybody can do that. So if you say you love me because of how I make you laugh, a funnier nigga can come and make you laugh even harder. If if I love you because you look so fine, or a finer chick can come at any moment.
Mhm.
So we base our love on conditions. We have conditions with our love. That's why anytime I ask somebody, why do you love me? And they start giving me things outside of me just being me,
Mhm.
I understand they just like me a lot. Oh, you just like me a lot.
Yeah, there's a guy that asks me this all the time, but like
What do you be asking me?
he asked me why do I love
Uh-huh.
him or care about him.
And what's your response? Love. Don't try to change it. And what is your response when he asks that?
My response is I love the father that he is to his
Mm-hmm.
children. I love his talent. Like he is truly
Mm-hmm.
talented. He fine as a motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
And I think what make him fine to me is just everything, like how his brain work,
Mm-hmm.
how he talks. He's like intellectual. I love his ability to take control of
Mm-hmm.
situations, to insert himself in ways that sometimes doesn't call him to, but because he feels, like a greater good in doing so. Cause niggas not a lot of niggas not standing for shit
Mm-hmm.
anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And I love the fact that he will and he does. Upstanding guy, great man.
Mm-hmm. So, with that being said, right? How do you show that you love him?
Um, right now it's just sharing my dreams that I have for myself,
Mm-hmm.
spending some time with them.
Mm-hmm.
I've been around his children.
Mm-hmm.
But it's kind of new.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I, I, I don't know. Like, love is interesting because
It is.
I think there's different levels to it. So I wouldn't say I'm like level 3, but
Mm-hmm.
I do love him,
Uh-huh.
and yeah, I do love how he treat me too.
Mm-hmm.
Like I am in love with how he loves me.
And that's the American way of thinking, right there. Like, we base our love on tangible things.
Hmm.
When love's not, it's not that. Because if I love you, I love you. I tell my peoples this all the time. Like, yo, I love you. There's nothing that you can do that's gonna stop me from loving you.
Hmm.
There's things that you can do to stop me from fucking with you, but I'm gonna always love you. I'm gonna always try to make sure you good. There's nothing that you can do.
Yeah, I have that for nobody
But here's the
but
thing.
my mama and my family. But
Here's the thing.
no.
The way to recognize if something is love or not
Hmm.
is when you can take yourself out the picture.
And then what? Cause nigga, I'll be somewhere hurt, ball in the corner,
So,
like
here's the thing. The
where
way
you
the
go,
what I mean by
where
take
love at?
what I mean by take yourself out the picture is when you're describing the love that you have for this person, does it have anything to do with you? And the reason why I say that is because a lot of times we base love on how someone treats us.
Well, you heard what I said, so what will be your soliloquy on how I love this man?
Just being 100, I don't think you love him at all.
But I said so much stuff about what he
I
does and who
know,
he
but
is.
all of those things can change.
His talent ain't going nowhere. His ability to like be a great father, like
Uh-huh.
that's innate. His family orientation is instilled.
But the thing is, though, anything can happen in him. Like I'm saying, like him
What the fuck
specifically.
I'm supposed to love? The color of his eyes?
The, here,
God damn.
here's the
I
thing.
like the color, the
All right,
shape of your
so
eyes.
here's the thing.
I like
You
how that dick got that curve at the end.
so
Like
look, I'm finna tell you. You don't love him. You love what he does. That's not loving him. Because at any moment, if those things stop, you don't love him.
so okay, do it like this.
Okay.
If you loved me
Mhm.
and through your definition of love,
Mhm.
Kimberly, I'm talking about me,
Mhm.
what would you say?
If I love you,
Yeah.
I love you
Why?
because you're you. There's
What
nothing
about
that you can
me?
do. There's nothing that you
What
can do.
about
You're
me?
you.
That's it. So
Mhm.
you just love me
That's
because
it.
that's a weak ass answer. I
No, it
need
ain't.
to know
I'm gonna tell you why it's not a
why.
weak answer. It's a concrete answer because that lets you know that there's nothing that you can do that's gonna change the way I feel about you.
Well, what if I don't know myself? I might have a hard time understanding that.
But the thing is, loving someone isn't based on a knowledge of that person. Again, love is an action. Love is an action. So, for example, the Bible says,
Mm,
"Love your neighbor as yourself."
yes.
Love your neighbor as yourself. That doesn't say love your neighbor like yourself. It says love your neighbor as that person is you, right? So I don't have to do anything for me to love myself. I don't love me because I rap good. I don't love me because I'm a great father. I love me because I'm me.
On me, on me.
And so if I'm going to love you as myself, I have to love you with that same thing. Think about, okay, again, I'm a Christian, y'all, so I use Christian references.
I am too. Hallelujah.
What did Jesus see in us that would make him die for us because he loved us so much?
We were
We
in his
wasn't,
image, his
but we
likeness.
wasn't shit.
We
We
his children.
we
But we
wasn't
were made in his image
we
and likeness.
but we wasn't shit. Okay, so that means we're all made in the same image. That's the reason to like to love everybody. For
Yeah,
us to love everybody.
I agree.
But that isn't the reason why we love everybody.
Why? Because God said so.
But do you do
And what daddy said go.
I'm saying, like, I just think that our perception of love is really fucked up. It's based on conditions. We don't have unconditional love for people
I don't believe in unconditional love because no, fuck that. No, the
because
only unconditional love
uh
resides with God,
nope,
Jesus.
that's not
That's
true.
it.
You just said
That is the only perfect and pure love. Every other love it has fought. We are not perfect humans.
mhm,
No one is. Therefore, love cannot really exist on earth. That's how I feel.
mhm,
The only way I could love the next person is through my love for God.
mhm,
And that's where I'm at with it.
mhm.
But challenge me because I'm really struggling with this.
Okay, so
Cause I love you with the love of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
I'm
real.
because I don't want to say what like too much of what I want to say because I feel like I go deep, real deep sometimes, right? And I believe that even the way we're taught in church isn't an accurate way of teaching love.
Okay.
Okay, so for example, we're taught that in order to love someone else, you have to love yourself first, right?
Yes.
I say everybody on this earth loves themselves. Everybody on this earth. If even the people that are depressed, they have a love for themselves. Why are they depressed? You ask a depressed person why they're depressed.
Mhm.
They're going to tell you about a lot of stuff that they're dealing with, that they're not happy with. Someone who doesn't have a love for themselves doesn't even care that they're dealing with those type of things because they feel
Okay.
like they deserve it.
That's valid.
Okay, so we all love ourselves. Even if you look at a kid, you have to teach a kid how to share. because he gonna think about himself first.
Mhm.
He gonna think, oh, I need to eat. Oh, I want to play with this. Oh, I. We all naturally think of us first. When the Bible says love your neighbor as yourself, it's saying no, put your neighbor in your place. I can't properly love you if I love myself more. The reason why I say that is because for me to properly love you, I have to put you in my place. If we are both outside and it's cold outside and we have one coat, but I love me first, who's gonna get the coat?
You
I
are.
can't properly love you
You motherfucking right you don't. Nigga, you
because
better
it's
take that shit
because I
off
gotta
and give it to me.
because I gotta think about me
We
first.
not even sharing.
The idea that Americans have that yo, you can't love someone until you love yourself first. No, you already love
And
yourself.
then you fuck around and you love that way and you get hurt. People manipulate you.
Mm-hmm.
They misuse
Mm-hmm.
you. They take you for granted. And
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I am a lot of ways have
Mm-hmm.
fell in those situations, even with the chemistry lab.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe not today, but in the past where I feel like I've done so much and I've given so much.
Mm-hmm.
And because I don't feel the need to have to ask because my needs are always provided,
Mm-hmm.
people take advantage of that. And I tried, like, I just had a moment in the car not too long ago where I was like, you know what, fuck this. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
finna, I'm good. I'm finna worry about
Mm-hmm.
me and all this, that. And I just don't know where to sit with that because I know my purpose,
Mm-hmm.
which is in serving other people. And
Mm-hmm.
so I can't go into that place because I'll no longer be falling under the will of God.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm constantly on both ends of the spectrum where I just want to be so me and then I have to turn around and like feel like I'm giving myself away.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of empaths like me.
Mm-hmm.
What would be your advice to people like me when it comes to like loving,
Mm-hmm.
but like we don't want to be pushed over the edge
Mm-hmm.
either?
I think it takes a lot of grace for people. Um, anytime like we have like the trending topics on Facebook where somebody is getting dragged about some shit that happened to them or some shit that they've done, I always take the approach of leave that man alone, G. Like you don't know what the fuck he went through or what happened.
Did you say that about R. Kelly,
I did.
Bill Cosby?
I did. I actually said free Bill. But I didn't say free R. Kelly. But here's the reason why I said that is
I don't know
because
why I want to talk
dude,
about pudding pops right now, but like I'm gonna try not to.
but the reason why I say that and just to go along with what you were just saying is we can't take the human aspect away from people. We all fuck up. We all make bad decisions. We all do shit that's wrong. I've looked out for a lot of niggas
Hmm.
who talk badly about me behind my back. And I still look out for them same niggas.
You turn the other cheek so I can smack you
It's
again.
not even turning the other cheek because I'm doing what I'm called to do. What you do doesn't determine how I love. That's again with the whole loving properly and loving without conditions. You can't dictate how I love you. I'm gonna love you regardless. And the same way where it's like people taking advantage of you, people taking your kindness for weakness and stuff like that. Fuck what they do with it. It's almost like when you see somebody and they outside and they begging for money. I'll give you this money and whatever the fuck you do with it is not on me. I did what I was supposed to do already or what I felt in my heart to do. If I feel it in my heart to serve you in any type of way or be a help to you in any type of way, it has nothing to do with what you've done to me, what your living conditions is, what your status is. It has nothing to do with that. If I feel led to do something, I'm gonna do it.
Mm.
And so your response and your reaction after that is not gonna bother me. I'm not gonna allow it to. I feel more bad for you because what will cause you to do something like that? What
God gonna get you.
or what you dealing with?
Ooh,
what
you gonna get beat ass. If
it's
you say something. You're not gonna get beat ass.
I think, but you like recognizing like how miserable people gotta be. That's not a good place to be in. I would hate to be a jealous ass nigga.
Man, listen. Can't sleep at night. Looking at the next bitch.
Hoping that they fail. Like,
Here I
yo,
go, boo boo.
damn, I hope her wig don't, you know what I'm saying, sit right tomorrow. Or
Right,
I
like
hope her, you know what I'm saying?
praying on my
Damn.
downfall.
But it's like how miserable you gotta be. Why am I gonna let that affect me?
Right. It's
I'm
a
good.
waste of energy.
I'm good. And so there was times where I used to be like really hurt because it's like, man, I really showed love to that person. I've passed up opportunities that were meant for me and gave them to other people. That would have been,
Like time by itself.
and it would have been dope. It would have put me in a dope ass position. But I felt they were better for the situation. And them same niggas have like said the worst behind my back.
Right. Fuck that, but don't be no goddamn dummy.
It's not about being a dummy.
But it can lead to that. Like you should guard your heart, because Bible say that too,
Guard your
right?
heart from what?
From evil doing.
Niggas can't do nothing to me.
Come on now.
I have to
No
guard my heart.
feelings.
I have to guard my heart from myself. I have to guard my heart from myself because when those things happen and I start internalizing and thinking like, damn, what the fuck is I'm doing or why is me or what? Nah,
I
fuck all
like
that.
that thinking.
I don't give a fuck
Y'all,
what they
that
do
was
with
just
it.
a whole new perspective on guard your heart that I've never heard before.
But it's like you don't like nobody else really has access to your heart. You give what people have access to. Like I don't. I you can only take what I give you,
Mhm.
and so the only person that has full access to your heart is you. And sometimes we do the most damage to our own self with the way we think
Mhm.
and the perception that we have of ourselves. It's like, man, fuck that. I'm the shit. And just because this nigga miserable, that don't change that I'm the shit. Like I'm still the shit. And who else? I got another opportunity for somebody. You, bro, I got this. Bam. I'm gonna be straight. And I think that's why I'm gonna be straight all the time because I look out for people, regardless of what they do for me, or and it's without conditions. I'm not looking out to be like, all right, so one day they can look out for me, or if this happened, they can look out for me. Bam, bam. No, it's not because of that. It's I was led to help out, and I'm gonna always be straight because of that.
Period.
So fuck what they do.
Fuck
Like
what
fuck
they
these niggas.
do. Fuck
Not
these
fuck them,
niggas.
but it's like yo, if that's how you want to use your
That's my
platform,
mantra.
well, fuck these niggas.
Yes. No, I'm just kidding.
It's a good
I
mantra.
love these. I don't like all of them. You know, Atlanta, I don't like so much. But Milwaukee,
Mhm.
man, it's the icing on the cake every time.
In a good way.
In a good way. Yeah, I
Really?
love icing. Yeah, I don't think there's men nowhere like there's the men in Milwaukee.
Talk your shit.
For real. It's something about y'all. Cause I'm
Mhm.
gonna put you in that bucket. You
Mhm.
know, I know you don't like being compared.
Cause in my head I'm thinking like I'm not like these niggas. G.
But it's really like,
I love Milwaukee.
we come from a place of hardness. Like, I
Mhm.
don't think that, the fact that we have so many traumas we need to uncover
Mhm.
is by coincidence. We live in a terrible city.
Yep.
We number one for a lot of fucked up things,
Mhm.
which is naturally going to bring a lot of trauma. And I think because of that, our men have like, they have a level of resilience I
Mhm.
haven't seen in other places.
Mhm.
Even just like how they, treat their homies and things like that. Like, I don't know, like the real niggas I know are real niggas.
Mhm.
And I don't see that many or that type of man in other places.
Yeah.
I imagine I might find them in Detroit,
Mhm. Just
because,
out of nowhere,
they
Detroit.
music,
Uh-huh.
you know.
You like the
Um,
ratchet shit.
I like
You love Future, so I know you like the ratchet shit.
yeah, he one of, but my top 3 is Future, Kanye, and Kendrick Lamar.
Okay.
And started off by Kanye being my fave,
Mhm.
then Kendrick Lamar, now Future.
Mhm.
Um,
Did you go to the Kendrick concert?
they had one in Miami, and
Mhm.
I didn't go to it
Mhm.
because Kanye backed out of it.
Mhm.
And I don't know. Miami is an interesting place.
Mhm.
But no, I didn't go. Oh, when Kendrick Lamar came here, no, I didn't go.
You should have
I didn't go. Have been to one of his concerts.
went.
My only regret in life actually is missing the Kendrick Lamar concert with Travis Scott.
Mm,
I would never, if I can go back, I would, and just to do that.
mm. I went to I the one he had just recently. I went to that concert twice. One in Milwaukee, one in Minnesota. And I was just having a feeling,
What?
yeah, I was just having a feeling like, damn, I want to go to that concert again. Like it was like that good where
We not gonna do that.
he's still going
We
on.
not gonna do
We can
that.
find some tickets somewhere.
You
It's
take me?
we gonna find somebody to buy us some tickets to the Kendrick. But it was really that like I posted it and I'm like, yo, I want to go to the Kendrick concert again. The shit was so good. It was niggas in the crowd crying, crying. Like in both places. When I went to Milwaukee, I'm looking around,
What?
niggas was crying in the crowd.
What?
I went to
What
the
is it?
he a real ass
He a
nigga.
real ass
He a
nigga.
real ass nigga. And the thing is, he talks about shit that niggas go through for real. Not the shit that like the surfacey shit that we go through, like the uh we can all talk about being broke. We can all talk because we all come from that, like in our community. But he talks about like real trauma that goes on in
Mhm.
our community. And it's hard to hear that shit and not feel a certain type of way because it's like, damn, man, I am unappreciated, G.
Yeah.
Like I feel that. Like when I probably listened to Crown, the song Crown, probably
Wait, which one is Crown? Sing it real quick.
um I can't please everybody.
Yeah.
I can't. I listen to that shit all the
Oh,
time, all the time.
that's heavy.
That's damn near worship music for me because I be in there like, damn.
Ah,
Uh, but then it's like,
it sound like Summer Walker for me.
but Summer Walker for every black female, a woman. I didn't say female, woman, because I know y'all hop on my ass.
Look,
Um,
I gave up because niggas is ignorant, and I don't think they should continue to get that backlash because of their ignorance. But
mm,
also, it's a fucking word.
mm,
But
mm,
I might be a little more fluid than most.
mm,
So, but
yeah.
don't be calling bitches females, okay?
But we can say bitches. That's crazy.
Ain't it like look at the
The fact that I can
contradiction?
call you a bitch, but I can't call you a female is wild.
Yeah, I love when my nigga call me like his
Bitch.
bitch, or if he talking to us like you talking to my bitch, like no, you need to like
I
yeah,
haven't
don't be
had that.
talking to his bitch.
I would have to get that disclaimer early because I haven't had that type of I haven't had that type of clearance to just call my woman a bitch. Um, yeah,
Can't could you do it?
of course I've done it during sex, but not like just yeah, bitch, go to the refrigerator and get me
Oh
something
no,
to eat.
no, that's disrespectful. But like I actually use the word bitch to the guy sometimes.
Like call him a bitch?
Yeah.
Oh hell no.
But it's like when I do it, you really can't really resist it. I can't explain it.
Do
But
it
it's
once.
like or if I'm like playing and it's like maybe he bumped me a little bit or something like, damn bitch, like that. But
You try to
like
it's real
it's like
fast. The bitch was the bitch was
oh
like
I be like
it was like a sound. It wasn't like a
I
word.
don't be like bitch get the no.
I don't
But
know.
it be
I guess how
like
you ease it in
I
there.
love that word so much.
I like it too. I like it when I play bad. I call niggas bitch ass niggas all the time. But it's when like I've had a few niggas take it personally, and it's like, okay, nigga, so we hooping. But yeah, I can call niggas bitches all the time, but I can't call a female, a woman, a bitch. I struggle with that. I struggle with it. Yeah, a black woman, I can't call a black woman a bitch because I have
Oh,
called women bitches.
yikes.
Yeah.
So Milwaukee has a lot of challenges. We acknowledge those.
Hmm.
But I think one of the greatest challenges we have as artists is the lack of resources.
Mhm.
What would you say are some things that we need immediately?
I think we are the resource,
Mm.
right? I think that we look for like a lot of things that we can like things the government can give us and stuff like that. But if you look at these places like Atlanta and um, even in Cali, like a lot of the resources is the people that are there. Imagine if like Milwaukee just got behind what you were doing.
Mhm.
Just Milwaukee alone got behind you.
We'll be a force to be reckoned with for
We'll
sure.
be a force. And so and that's not and you got to think about it like it's not just the people or the consumer. You have DJs, you have radio personalities, you have uh people who write columns in magazines and all these type of things. Imagine if they just got behind the talent that's here in Milwaukee. That's all the resource we really need
Mhm.
is to get behind one another. What we have to do though first is we have to stop thinking so selfishly as far as like wanting it to be you and wanting it to be me. Like I can't be so caught up in I got to be the person that gets out that I can't look at the talent in you and be like, yo, how can we elevate her?
Mhm.
And that's the thing I feel like I've seen that's different in Atlanta and Cali and stuff like that is when you go to those places, they're trying to find ways to lift you up. I
Yeah.
went to Atlanta and everybody and their mama was trying to move me there and saying like, yo, we got to get you out here.
Yeah.
I do something in Milwaukee and they're competing with me. And it's like, yo, I'm not competing with you niggas. I
Right.
feel
We
like
compete.
we can all make it, G.
Right.
And so I think that's the difference. Our mindset has to change, and that's the biggest resource that we will have if we all just came together.
I love that. So
Yeah.
how can we come together for you and share your social media so we can follow you?
Well, my social media is Tae underscore Spears Spears. Uh, that's on everything. I'm pretty consistent on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat. Don't go to my Snapchat if you don't want to see no crazy stuff. I'm lying. I'm lying. I don't have no weird shit on my
I was just
Snapchat.
about to say.
uh, but
I'm finna give me
yeah,
a
you can.
Snapchat today.
But you can follow me on those platforms. Listen to my music. Listen to my collective's music. I have a collective called Rooted Society.
Period.
They're in my bio, where it's a group of artists who are very intentional about using their art in an authentic way to help other people like have like hope in certain situations. We have dope artists from Minnesota and Milwaukee, and
And that's
so
a fucking fact. Y'all are a force for real. Like
I
all of y'all
appreciate it.
are super talented and
Yeah.
intellectual and like you said, intentional about y'all
hmm
words.
and we're growing. Like it's not we had like three artists. It was me, Kaylin, and the car.
Okay.
We just added two more artists.
Yay!
Nucky, who's originally from Chicago, uh, stays in Minnesota, and so to Two Dots, who is another amazing artist. And we're actually looking to add one more person. We just got to get the uh,
Can I have I mean, can they have a ghostwriter?
can have a ghostwriter
Yeah. So what if I find somebody to ghostwrite for me and I'm really good at it? Can I be on your team?
for sure.
For real?
You gonna
Yeah,
spit
I'm gonna
yeah.
come back to you
But here's
then.
the thing, how I would feel like if you're gonna have a ghostwriter because we had a singer on our team that we had a writer for.
Mhm.
And so if you're gonna have people write for you, we want like she would tell them what she wants to talk about, and she would give them ideas of like,
I
okay,
can't dictate what people wanna write for me.
but it has to be true to you.
Mm,
You just want to rap some shit.
yeah, it sound really
What if you
good.
just made clothes for us and stuff like that?
I mean, I
We
could
can.
do that
Okay,
too.
let's do that instead. Let's do that
He hating
instead.
on me, y'all. Y'all
I
give it
feel
up
like.
for give it up for Tay Spears. Yay! But yeah, thanks for coming out to the podcast. You know, it's definitely a pleasure to have you here,
Appreciate you.
and us being here at this time of night too.
Uh,
You
this
definitely
lady
made
said,
time for the kid.
"What time is it? 1:30."
It's 1:30.
Yeah.
What a time to be alive. But anyway, thank you so
Appreciate you, and I think
much.
this is dope. I really love it, and I'm looking forward to seeing it grow.
Thank you. Yo,
I got you.
manager.
I got you. I'm gonna be the manager.
All right. Y'all heard him, right? He's going to be the manager.
I got you.
He got me.
I got you. It's on
All
tape.
right.